Hi there, Aquarius. This is your solar eclipse reading, but I very nearly said Lionsgate portal reading, but I did that yesterday. Anyway, I am doing a reading for the eclipse, the solar eclipse, which is on Wednesday, and it's in the sign of Leo. So I'm using divine feminine, divine masculine cards to find out what is the best thing for you to be nurturing at this moment in time, and what is the best thing for you to be taking action on. So divine feminine, let's have a look what's good for you to be nurturing at the moment. Your sassy side, the side of you that is attractive to other people. Maybe you're working out how to attract people for whatever reason, whether it's to bring more money in, whether it's to bring some balance in. Maybe it's just a situation that's been a bit out of balance and you're wanting to bring balance in. And then, do I take these? Yes. Because there's something, this could be to do with your childhood or helping other people with their childhoods. But it feels like you might have been reminiscing, you might have been a little bit kind of thinking about when times were good and when you've had happy times, maybe it's holidays or special places. You could be thinking about a sacred place that holds something very dear for you at the moment. But there could also be something that's been upsetting you, or maybe you're realising it's time to let go of something, or it might have been that reminiscing over old stuff and over old times has got you a little bit in your emotions. You might be feeling a little bit out there with this solar eclipse. It could be affecting you quite strongly. Well, the solar eclipse is in the sign of Leo and you're Leo's opposite sign. So maybe this is affecting you quite powerfully. Maybe it's allowing you to go deep within, kind of do an inspection of self and cut out whatever it was that left you feeling like some old way about something from the past. I want to say that's on the bottom, the Eight of Wands. You might have moved into a space that's the healthiest and best that you've ever been, but at some point you've looked back and thought, God, I can't believe I allowed that to happen to me, or I can't believe that I was in that space within self that feels like it doesn't even belong to who I am anymore. You know, so there could be something where you might be doing some inner child healing, sending love back to yourself from your childhood. It could also be possible that people have rolled up or rocked up lately that you haven't seen for a very long time, and it might have, or you could have bumped into somebody and it might have left you feeling a certain way. I'm having to try and keep space here because my cat's trying to get in, but I'm having to work around him. So I'm doing the cards this way now instead of from over there. So it could be somebody here that's coming in and wanting a bit of your attention, because that's what's going on here. I won't say too much because he's not daft, you know, he knows when I'm talking about him. So your active side, what are we looking at in your active side? So pretty much the same. There might be something that's stirring you up passionately at the moment, because we've got Wands as both of your cards, both of your first cards. So Two of Wands. You might be looking out into this feels more like it's to do with the internet, I'm going to say, weirdly. I feel like you might be looking out into the world and starting something afresh, whether it's a blog, a vlog. You might be doing some new social media. You might be finding a new way of connecting with the world. It could be that you've held yourself back a little bit for whatever reason. Maybe it's because I feel like there's an old wound in the past, something really, really old, where it's like a tiny little bit had hold of your top and been pulling you back. And it's like you're not doing that now. This solar eclipse is going to give you such clarity on where you've fought battles within yourself. For some, this could be that someone's going to come back from the past, and it could create a situation that may cause a bit of unrest, I'm not going to lie. But it doesn't have to all be about that. Page of Cups. This is about kind of something making you feel a little bit better. It comes underneath that Nine of Swords, so I'm not going to lie, I feel like there's something going to come back from your past here. There's a temptation with it to some degree, even though we haven't got the devil. But you know that it's not the right thing because it's brought too much pain of memory with it. But it also comes with something that might be a temptation because it feels good, or it's got a hold over you somehow. somehow, but I feel like you're going to leave it alone. Whatever's from the past and it's not good, you're not going to fall into that temptation. I feel like you've learned a lot with that world on the bottom there. You've completed a lot of cycles where you cut out bad things from your life, and it's like, not going down that avenue now, sorry. But the thought might be there. It might be that the temptation comes up and you kind of like, but then you go, no, actually, no. You might have a taste of it. You might spend a little bit of time with something and have a taste of it, but then realise it's not what you want. So I feel like there's a lot of revisiting history here for you, and just clarification that you left the right thing behind, Aquarius. I'll leave that with you. If you'd like to book a reading, links in my bio. Big love and hugs.